South Park and meet some friends of mine.
So this episode was actually quite a learning experience for us. This is Scott Tenorman Must Die, and what we do every season of South Park, basically what we do is we come back from vacation or making a movie or whatever we're doing, and we'd have our writers retreat where we come up with some ideas, and then we start an episode so that somewhere in the middle of our hell of making these, we can take a break. We can take like 3 days off, 4 days off. And we had this kind of an idea about this thing with the pubes, and that this older kid was going to sell the pubes to Cartman, and it was just sort of a kickoff to a show where then Cartman's trying to get his money back. And then I remember that we had done the 3 shows. We're tired. We didn't have any ideas, and we're like, well, fuck it. It just won't be that good of an episode. But let's just make it a total cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry, basically Cartman and this kid Scott Tenorman, and just the whole episode will be him trying to get his money back for his pubes. And we won't do a B story. We won't do anything. We'll just do that, and it just won't be that good. And it turned out to be a really great episode that we both really loved. And it really taught us a lesson about simplifying, that we still have to learn every week that we make the show, because we forget about that lesson. But
make it simple.
Yeah.
This is one of the darkest episodes. This is one of those episodes that when it came out, fucked a lot of people up, because it was just we went to a place with Cartman in the end that we hadn't gone to before. But I think is why it's so good, personally. So, yeah. I love the end of this episode.
Some people were definitely disturbed that Cartman had killed people and chopped them.
Well, actually, we made it very clear that he didn't actually kill them, but
he caused them. He caused them to die.
But he didn't pull the trigger. And it's kind of weird. You must notice here that Scott Tenorman probably would have red pubes. So I don't know about if those are really Scott Tenorman's pubes.
Yeah, but the red pubes didn't show up against Cartman's red jacket. So
these are the kind of things you have to discuss.
This is animation.
And the other thing that's cool in this episode is we got Radiohead to do voices in it. And I remember they were on tour, and they were in Santa Barbara, and I drove up to Santa Barbara from L.A. to direct them in the studios. They had a concert that night in Santa Barbara. And I just remember how funny it was that I was sitting there trying to direct Tom York and to emote more. I just remember that being one of those really funny moments in my life where it's like, this guy who just emotes so heavily when he sings, and he's sitting there reading the lines. I was like, emote more. And anyway, they were really cooperative and really, really cool.
And they liked the show. They liked that the people were made into chili. And
that was their idea, by the way.
Ever since then, there's been several times in South Park that we've had Cartman say under his breath, "I'll make you eat your parents," and it's pretty funny.
I love this episode.
Yeah, it's really great.
Because it's just so different.
But we really have nothing more to say about it.
I think that's probably it for.
I'm excited to move on to the next one, actually.
Yeah, let's see what's the next show.
I want to get him. Cartman, can I give you some advice? What? Just let it go, dude. You're only out $16.12. Count your losses and move on. He's smarter than you. He is not smarter than me. He just charmed me, that's all. He's a charmer, that Scott Tenorman, but I'll get him someday.